What's up, Internet? My name is Jake Doxy, and welcome back to another episode of the Doxcast. I'm not going to lie, filming an intro is actually really fucking hard. After countless amount of efforts, I've realized this is probably the best we're going to get, so I'm not going to waste any more of my time, and for the length of the intro, I'm not going to waste any more of your time either. So without further ado, let's get straight into the episode.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Alright, brother, before we start, let me just say something to you that I say to everyone that comes on, but I would not be saying it if it wasn't true. You're sitting here because I find you interesting, and that's because you are an interesting person. I want to learn more about you, how you think and how you feel, and I love that I have the opportunity to be able to share this experience.
Thanks, Doxy. Appreciate that, man. Good to be here.
I appreciate you coming over. Thank you for sitting down. Ladies and gentlemen, the big, bad, beautiful boy himself, this is Jackson Winn.
That's me, Jacko.
Big Jacko.
Back and ready.
Yeah, we'll try this again because we tried this the other day, but bit of technical errors.
That's right. Part two.
Yeah, part two.
Part two. Back and better.
I want to pick up just like we did last time, and that's the most noticeable thing at the moment, and that's that fucking injury you got going on.
Big sling. Yeah,
What's
so
happened?
it's been, 3 weeks now. So 3 weeks and a day ago, I had surgery. I needed to get 4 tendons repaired in my right hand due to a freak accident at home. Not sick of telling the story. Just every time I tell it, it's just like, you're such a fucking dumb cunt. You're just such a dumb cunt. All right, so Friday, 3 weeks ago, it was my partner's 21st birthday. She was out getting her nails done. I was at home. I was rushing to clean the dishes. Turn the water on. Send my hand underneath the dirty water already in the sink, and there's a big butcher knife on an angle that I bring my hand down on, and the knife basically lacerates 4 tendons, all the nerve networking. I pull my hand out of the sink and I got blood squirting all over my face, all over the kitchen, like fucking apocalypse now shit, bro.
And it went through 4 tendons, you said?
Yeah, 4 tendons. So my pinky and my index finger.
Okay.
Not the non-point, the fourth finger.
Oh, ring finger.
Oh, yeah, ring finger, but my right hand. Just basically went that deep and just split them right in half, all 4 tendons. Because there's 2 tendons in each of the fingers. Mm-hmm. And, just right at the base, the knife went right through it. And, fucking my missus came home 5-10 minutes later to her birthday, to 21st birthday. She was not happy to see all that blood, see me fucking doing that dumb shit.
Happy birthday, babe.
Happy birthday, babe, Surprise. But yeah, she did a good job, We spent like an hour and a half trying to get the bleeding to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You used a big beach towel and a roll and a half of blue chucks, just wrapping it around the fucking deep wound, because my fingers like dangling.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just like wrapping them up, keeping them tight and solid and straight.
So you'd hit bone?
Yeah, like there was bone visible and shit. Yeah,
Bro, what was the pain like?
Gnarly. My adrenaline was pumping that hard, I didn't feel shit till after the surgery.
Really?
Yeah, because when I went to Blacktown Hospital, I wasn't paying for any ambo. So as soon as we got the bleeding stopped, my missus convinced me I needed to go to hospital because I'm a stubborn cunt. Yeah, good on her. She's a smart woman.
At least someone's decided.
Yeah, of course. So we went to Blacktown. Friday night, Blacktown Hospital, anyone that's been there knows what a fucking shit show it is.
Agreed.
So I'm sitting in that waiting room just like kind of dripping on my pants because like these chucks weren't holding. And the fucking 15-20 minutes goes by. Nurse finally calls me in, gets a proper like dressing on it and whatnot. And then go back out in the waiting room, another hour and a half goes by. Then I get pulled into the nurse and they're like, fuck, what's happened? Tell them the situation. He's like, yeah, I'm not touching it. They're like, you really fucked your shit up. You got to go see the best hand surgeon in New South Wales tomorrow. I'm like, done. Auburn Hospital, Saturday morning, rock up 8 a.m. There was about, I think, 9 of us. We all did our pre-op in the same room. Mm-hmm. We all had hand-related injuries.
Mm-hmm. And were they all like fresh injuries?
Yeah, fresh injuries from the past couple of days, I think, because that hand surgeon works every couple of days. He does surgeries every couple of days, so they just like have a backlog. Mm-hmm. If it's not insanely urgent, like they stop the bleeding, so I wasn't fucking dying or anything like that, Sure. It was just a bit of pain, but they were able to manage it with beautiful endone. And they told me it was going to be an hour and a half surgery. I went in at 2:30, and then I wake up at 6. Like, yeah, it was fucking, took a bit longer. You fucked your shit up badly. We had to skin your fingers.
We ordered the wrong parts.
Yeah, we ordered the wrong parts. We had to go back to fucking Reese and get a new part. They fixed it all up, apparently. It's been 3.5 weeks. I got some movement in those fingers.
Yeah, it's
these 3 fingers now, my thumb, my pointer, and my middle finger. That's what I'm using at the moment, like just to try and grab something. Toothbrush. I'm trying to relearn how to write, but I can only hold stuff for about a minute at a time before the blood just starts to really almost seize up my hand. Like, it's just like all the liquid gets stuck in my hand and it blows up like a balloon.
And is that because there's like inflammation at the moment?
I think so, yeah. Or well, just the sensitivity of the tendons. Like they were like, just imagine a pipe that's just been pulled apart. They had to put it back together. So
and
using them in they're just like, don't stress it for 3-4 months. But it's been 3 weeks. I'm bored as shit.
Yeah, of course.
I want to do stuff, man.
Well, it's a good thing that you're going through the kind of like the physio yourself, and you're just pretty much straight into it. You want to be able to use that hand.
Yeah. Well, I do go see a hand physio twice a week as well.
Okay.
She gives me exercises. She massages the fuck out of my palm.
Yeah.
She's got her doubts about like full movement ever again.
Okay.
She thinks I may have like some tendon disorders, but she also says it's too early to gauge that properly. See how we go.
Especially if you're already working it though. Like, I feel like
well, I'm pushing it. I'm not fucking giving up on it. Like when it first happened, I was like, just fucking amputate the cunt so I can use these 3 fingers tomorrow. It's all good. But eventually I'll be able to grab shit again properly. But I'm getting good with my left hand now. Coordination's all up there.
I wanted to ask you that. I wanted to say, how'd your left hand
Since last time we talked, coordination's not as good as my right was before, but 100 times better than what it was because I was full like space movements, bro. At first, when I first did it, like just picking cups up, dropping them. It was like not Parkinson's-esque, but I was shaky, man. The coordination wasn't there. But
so you've been mostly dominant right-handed your whole life?
Yeah, right hand dominant my whole life. I can use both feet, but left-handed, I could not write, I just never really did anything. Like in the construction industry, every tool that required one hand, it was in my right hand. Yeah. It was my dominant hand. But now it's fucked. Yeah. So just have to relearn.
Well, you might kind of become a little bit ambidextrous over the next 6
I will
months.
do, because like I don't want this to be my main hand, but I'm not going to completely lose the skills that I've learned over the past couple of weeks with it.
Yeah, that's sick. It's like, in the end, it might end up being alright.
Yeah,
especially
of course.
if you get all motion back in your right hand. And
Well,
also like a right hand.
Then it's just fucking, at the end of the day, everyone out there should go slice their tendons in their hands. You'll just end up fucking getting better use out of it. Recommend it, man. Maybe not the recovery, but the act in itself makes you a better person.
Yeah, that's cool.
More functional.
I've never thought about it. Maybe I should try and use the parts of my body that aren't as dominant as the other ones.
Hey, you know what? Everyone spend 30 minutes of your day just trying to do activities with your left hand only. It's fucking horrible.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that, boys. Left hand, 30 minutes a day. Give it a go.
That's just drinking and I'm good.
I'll start a GoFundMe and you boys can send me money as well. 30-minute a day challenge.
Yeah, because that's because you're out of work at the moment.
Yeah, I don't want any money. No one send me money.
Yeah, I know that was a joke.
I'm out of work at the moment. Fucking, unfortunately, I've been trying to source cashies, but there's not much I can do with one hand.
Yeah.
Centrelink's fucking me. So I've just basically waiting till I can use both hands again. I've tried applying for jobs that you can do one-handed, but I don't want to do fucking greeting, bro. Like, it's a bit boring, you know what I mean? It could be a lot more thrilling jobs out there than greeting people at a door. But if it's what I got to do in a month or so, because like I got my tax return, but money's running out, you know what I mean? It's shit to pay for.
Yeah,
the country's fucked with this inflation,
of
so
course, 100%.
Need to get a job soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, 100%. Especially with the cost of living rising and rent's getting fucked, everything's getting fucked.
Everything's going up.
Yeah.
Everything's going up.
At least it wasn't too permanent of an injury.
No. Well, they say it's only 3-4 months. So fuck it, only 3-4 months. Little hiccup. Yeah. Big learning curve. Little hiccup.
Yeah. And what do we learn? I think that everyone listening has also learned men should never try and do the dishes.
Yeah, men can never try and do the dishes. I was thinking that at first, but I've already been told, nah, as soon as you're able, you're back at the fucking dishes. She's not happy with having to do the dishes. So, I tried, but I smashed the plate. Yeah, okay. Like after I did my hand, you know, I got the scrubber, I've got my plate on the angle, I'm trying to get it, but I just kind of like squashed the plate and it mashed into the sink. And she looks at me like, just fucking give up. It's all good. It's all good. Don't stress.
She's very supportive, right?
Yeah, of course, she's the best. Yeah, she's been very good to me throughout the recovery, helping me with everything I need to be. Still try and be as independent as possible, but there's some things I need help with.
Yeah.
And I got one fucking hand.
Yeah.
Because I got to have this shield on for the next 5 weeks at least. Yeah. So 5 weeks till the shield
That'll go
comes
quick.
off.
It's
Yeah,
only been
hopefully.
3 weeks into surgery.
I know, but it's also felt like a lifetime. It's horrible, man. It's just so slow, man. You try and occupy your day with shit, but there's only so many fucking limited range of motion, one-arm push-ups you can do, and I can only run for 30, 45 seconds at a time now before the Robin's just like, you can't do it.
I had a question with Damo the other day when we did this podcast, and that was what he asked me: would you rather lose a leg or lose an arm? And we'll go from elbow and knee. What would you rather lose?
In saying it now, definitely probably from the arm, because I'm still able to do stuff because I can walk. I can still get to places. If I couldn't get to places, then that would just fucking eat me up.
Well, I chose a leg because I think if it's from the knee or the elbow, then you'll be able to attach one of those fake legs and you'll still be able to walk.
Yeah, hypothetically.
You'll never be able to attach a fake arm, be able to pick something up with it.
Do you have 60 grand for a fake leg?
I'm pretty sure I could build one out of timber, bro. I'm not spending 60 grand.
That's fine. You can build one out of timber, but, like, from what I know, the stump where your leg used to be, you have to mold it very well, You're not a carpenter, bro.
What about the pirates? I used to get around on wooden ones.
Yeah, and how long did pirates end up living for, bro? You ever seen an old pirate?
Yeah.
Nah, not me, bro.
With the wooden legs.
I've never seen a fucking pirate in my life anyway.
Okay. I haven't seen one in person. Yeah.
Just in the films, buddy.
Yeah. Stranger injuries.
Nah.
You've also had another injury in the past that's put you out of work for a little bit.
Yeah, so
I want to go back to how that all started.
Zip it back to start of this year, so early February. I was working for a development construction company, so the general building labourer, and was moving some formwork bearers, big 6 metre cunts, and I had about like 110 to 120 to move that day. Foreman was like, have all day to do it, it's all good, nothing else to do, just move them from there, drop to the front of the site, just got to bring them down to the basement, it's easy as. I'm like, can I do it with the Manitou? He's like, nah, don't have the width. Easy, no stress. I'll just walk them down. I got fucking 7 hours to do it. Easy work. 2.5 hours go by. I'm fucking bit over halfway done. Doing my next one. Through the past 5 or so years, 6 years, whatever it was, in the construction industry, I used good practices with my body. That's why I lasted as long as I thought I had. But just one little error, not being cognitive, not being aware of what I was doing. I thought I bent down to pick up this timber properly. And, bend down, go to lift it up, because I'm lifting these up onto my shoulders, just walking them straight down. Bend down, pick up this timber, and I just feel a sharp shock all up my left side. It was on my left leg, like it's pretty much instant. Goes from my leg to my torso area, up into my jaw, up into my left side of my jaw. And just instantly let go of the timber, and I can go have a smoke, sit down, chill out for a bit. I'm all good, work through the rest of the day.
Like, that's kind of scary. I wonder why it's shot like that, like a lightning bolt through your body.
Well, I go to work the next couple of days, I work through the pain, and, it comes to the weekend, I'm like, fuck, I can't go to work this day. I'm, like, stuck in bed. I couldn't bend my back to get out of bed. Take the day off, book to go and get scans. 2.5 weeks later, because it was busy at the GP, just whatever, I couldn't, I got the GP appointment, and they're like, yeah, we can book you in to go get your scans done a week and a half from then. So I ended up getting the scans about 2.5 weeks after the thing at work happened, the injury happened, the shock in my back.
And were you back at work again after a couple of days?
No, I told them, like, my back's fucked, I need some time off. Not time off, but, just let me get my results, see what's going on. I got the result. My GP got the results. She calls me. She's like, you need to come in. We need to talk about this as soon as possible. And, go in. She's like, yeah, so you've got a slightly bulging disc. That's your L4 to L5. And then your L5S1, so, like, where your spine basically meets your hip, it just shifted back into the left. So on that side where I felt the shock. Something pushed against all of those lower back muscles apparently and just sent a shock through my body. That's how my GP explained it in non-doctor terms, because I'm a fucking dickhead. And
that's the best way for me to understand it.
Yeah. And from that point, I was just recovery mode. I couldn't function as well as I could a month prior to that. I was really fit labourer. I ask mostly anyone I've ever worked with. I was a fucking hard worker. And to be limited like that hit me badly, man. I was home-ridden for 3 months just doing fucking yoga every day, physio work every day, just trying to heal my body, because anytime I tried to bend over and lift something up, I wouldn't feel that same shock, but the tightness around my back just was unbearable. So it changed the way I had to live. But that was start of the year, and I think this injury is helping with that injury a lot more, because I just have so much more time off to heal myself. Because I did end up getting a part-time job for a little bit when my back was getting better, and that was helping it exponentially as well. But so that's that injury. That was also slightly linked to a similar powerlifting injury I had maybe 5 years ago now. So
when I first met you.
Yeah, when he first met me, I had a slight bulge in what the higher disc, so my L4, L5. That I had a slight bulge as well from my powerlifting days.
And why did that come into place? Because I know you were doing competitions.
Yes, I was doing amateur competitions, and it didn't really happen due to anything specifically. My coach said at the time could be because of just a poor technique day, just one lift you could have had poor technique. I don't specifically remember any incident where I felt like something slipped out, but I did end up not completely slipping that disc, but it ended up bulging half inch or so, quarter inch, and that caused me. Yeah, that is common in powerlifting. So anyone that has had a stab at powerlifting or attempted the training regime, the training lifestyle, it's very intensive on your joints and your back,
I can imagine
your glutes, your hips. If you're not doing it properly, don't do it. Get the coach, get the right advice, learn what you need to do before you not ruin your body, but just make a mistake that'll prevent you from doing the sport, because that's what happened to me after my second amateur competition.
And what are the type of exercises in powerlifting that are causing damage? Pretty much all of them?
Yeah.
Which ones are the worst?
It's not that they cause damage, Doxy. It's more so how you apply yourself with the exercise. There are athletes out there that do these exercises to this day. They've been doing them for half a century, and they're some of the best athletes I know. And that just goes to show that these exercises are good for you. Your squat, your bench, your deadlift, when done properly, that many benefits. It's only when you do them improperly. Using too much weight for yourself, using improper form, not incorporating enough mobility work, not looking after your diet or your cardiovascular health, not hydrating yourself properly. All these little things you got to think about to make sure you're doing it properly. Because if you're not doing it properly,
I can imagine stretching has been very important as well.
Yeah, stretching. Yeah. Well, that's just been a fucking staple of my life for a long time. Mobility.
And when it comes to looking after your body when you're doing a sport like powerlifting, is other things important when it comes to therapy, like saunas?
Yeah, so there's lots of post-workout recovery you can do. You've got, your saunas, your ice bath recovery. You've got your flotation tanks, your Epsom salt baths. All probably, I wouldn't say essential, but beneficiary. You're gonna get benefits from all of that stuff.
And what about the safety equipment, like the belts and the wrist straps? Are they important or not necessarily?
Well, to this day, since powerlifting, I train natural. I train raw. I haven't picked up a belt, wrist wraps, knee wraps, any of that stuff since my powerlifting days, because I believe that you only need to use that stuff if you're trying to reach your max potential, but if you're in saying that, if you're trying to reach your max potential, you have to do the other things we were talking about, because they coincide with each other. You can't just fucking do you can't do 50% and not the other 50%, because you're going to injure yourself or something fucked up's going to happen. I see cunts just get folded by bars all the time on Instagram. You see, they do squats. I've seen people absolutely shit themselves, completely lose their bells from a bad deadlift. And it's just, things you have to think about before you attempt that lift that could cause that accident. And it's all preventable.
Yeah. And it's just making sure you've got the correct form.
Yeah, exactly. And
like
the
that.
easiest way to do that is get a good coach. You know, you don't even have to think about that stuff half the time
YouTube
because you're
might-
getting told it.
Yeah, because YouTube might not be the best
Nah.
answer because
You don't learn stuff from
talking-
YouTube. You just watch stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not actual information. You're not absorbing it. You know, when you have a trained professional telling you something, I feel like I'm a sponge in that moment. I just like suck it all in. It's like, give me the information. It's easier to learn than just some deadbeat on YouTube that's getting paid from ad revenue telling you rewash shit every other fucking fitness expert does on YouTube.
Well, I feel like for some aspects it might be okay. Like for just say if you're just starting off at the gym.
Oh, if you're starting off at the gym,
something like
YouTube's perfect.
powerlifting,
But
like-
powerlifting, I wouldn't recommend for anyone just starting off in the gym. You know, learn your body first. Learn if it's what you want to do, because like powerlifting isn't just going to the gym and training. You know, it's your block programming. It's everything that's incorporated with wanting to get further in the sport. You know, you don't just. You like just because you do squat, bench, deadlift doesn't make you a fucking powerlifter.
Yeah.
You know, I was never a fully professional powerlifter or anything like that. I just did amateur competitions. But, you know, in that way, when I was in school or when I was a first year apprentice, I was living the lifestyle, not the Ziz lifestyle, but the powerlifting lifestyle, you know? This is what I enjoyed. I enjoyed it a lot more than just the, you know, typical young Australian Ziz lifestyle. You know what I mean? I was never really into that when I was younger.
And that was a big phase, especially 5 years ago, I feel like. Even
5
more
to
than
10
it
years
was when
ago,
Ziz
yeah,
was alive, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like people were almost like Van Gogh. People appreciated his art after he died and wanted to, you know, resemble it or something.
I agree.
Not inspirational for me, but for a lot of younger chaps, I can definitely see that aesthetic.
A lot of younger chaps at the gym, they actually
We
look up
literally
to Ziz.
have mates that look like Ziz at some point in their lives.
I agree. And a coach is also a good thing because you were teaching me this a bit ago, that everyone's form is different. Just because you see someone on YouTube explaining to you how to do it, doesn't mean you're doing it right.
I would never recommend anyone going and attempting a squat in the way that a YouTube video has told them to enter a squat. You know, the length between your shoulder and your elbow is going to be a lot different between the person teaching you a bench press on YouTube, the person teaching you a deadlift on YouTube. The length between their glutes and, you know, their pecs could be a lot shorter than yours. There's all these different variables that are going
I don't know
to...
how a coach is able to distinguish that, though.
Because you know, usually I wouldn't recommend just getting a purely online coach. Maybe a coach you could FaceTime or at least visit once a month, catch up with, so they get a better understanding how you train. Have a training session with a coach. It's like finding a therapist, you know. You don't just fucking... Sorry.
That's all right.
You don't go to any old therapist and just spill your guts. You
Yeah.
got to find someone that actually gives a fuck about what you want to do or what you want to talk about in that moment. Same as a coach. You got to find someone that wants to help you progress in the way that you individually can progress.
And you have to kind of just be on the same wavelength as someone as well. Like
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
a coach, even
Yeah.
a therapist at the same
Yeah.
time. The first person you see might not necessarily be the right person.
Yeah, of course,
Wait
of
until you
course. It
find
takes a
someone
long...
that you vibe with.
Yeah, it takes a long time to find
Professional.
not just a medical professional, any professional in any field to help you with what you want to know.
Yeah,
you know?
the same thing is even with trades as well.
Yep.
Like some people just might get along with their Sparky, even though some other Sparkies might be better. Same thing comes into fitness as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
All relationship based.
We dabbed into saunas, and that's something that we've done before together.
Yeah, I love a good sauna.
I think we do saunas for different reasons, though. I think there's multiple reasons for a sauna.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you use a sauna? What do you benefit out of it?
Recently, the sauna was one of the biggest things that was helping alleviate the pressure off the back muscles. I don't know what it was, just sweating out buckets of fucking sweat in that City Cave sauna, the infrared sauna.
City Cave, the best sauna.
Man,
For
because when this injury fresh happened, it felt like I was carrying around, you know, like 20 kilos of bricks on my back every day. And it was from my upper body, there was probably like, I don't know, 65, 70 kilos weight. I don't know how much my legs weigh, but it was heavy carrying my weight on that back every day. I wasn't doing much. I was off work in that moment, but, you know, still doing everything, walking around. It was heavy. So I was doing, I think at that time, weekly saunas at City Cave. Fuck, man. The next 3 to 4 days, it would just be weightless. It was like all of the pressure that those discs were putting on the muscles surrounding my lower back was alleviated, gone. It was like magical. Magical. Fucking magical.
Yeah, that's sick. So saunas are good for. So have you always used them for recovery?
Recovery, but as well as the mental aspect, you can do a lot of great deep meditation, breathing in sauna by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, they chuck on the meditation music and you just dim the lights down a bit.
Yeah.
Chuck on whatever fucking UV radiation color you like. Chill out, bro. Meditate.
That's why I use
do some fucking breathing work, you know, some inner work, do whatever you need to do. You got an hour in there, sweat it out, man. It's the fucking best.
That's why I
would highly recommend
100%.
getting like the 4-pack for anyone out there. It's like
from City Cave,
good value. So you pay, I think, it's like $45 for an individual session, but you can get the 4-pack for, I think it was $120 or something like that. That's what I do. You know, you get a free session basically.
Yeah, it's sick. I don't know what it is, man, but I feel like after a good session, especially these 45 minute to an hour ones, at 60 degrees Celsius, it's like
keep it hot.
It's like when I come out, I almost feel like everything that I have to think about, I'm looking at a new.
Yeah, you're a lot more clear-headed.
View.
Yeah,
I'm just restarting on every thought.
I think that has to do with the breathing, because with the breathing work, it introduces more clarity into the brain. You're getting a lot more oxygen to your brain. There's a lot more room for it to work with, basically. You know, it just gives you that weight off your head almost.
Yeah, it's sick, bro. I love it. Do you ever meditate?
Meditate, not so much meditate, but I do breath work every day. So if you count that as meditation, I don't, you know, go cross the legs, none of that. But I'll go find a peaceful spot.
Let's just say by meditate, I mean like to allow yourself to zone out. Yeah. And think.
Well, I only think about my breath work. That's what I think about. I just focus.
That's meditation.
4 seconds in, 4 second hold, 4 seconds out, 4 second hold. Just repeat that for 15 minutes. You'll be calm as fuck.
Yeah, that's
I gotta do a lot of inner work to prevent myself from bashing the fuck out of cunts nowadays. So, you know, you become an adult, you gotta do shit like that.
Yeah, that's sick. I used to give myself quite a lot of time to meditate. Back when I was training for boxing, I would give myself an hour before every weekend started. Saturday morning, first thing at the park.
Fantastic practice.
Just 1 hour.
Fantastic
and just from
practice.
doing that, I feel like I've now got a bit more of a understanding on how to do it. I might only need 2 minutes now.
Well, that's the thing. Like it's just about the consistency, being able to hold it, not allow the distractions to creep into your mind.
Yeah, and for me, it's just about being able to let go of all your thoughts.
Yeah.
And being able to take on everything from a new approach.
Depending on how hard you're thinking or what you're thinking about, it can be difficult, but it's not impossible.
Because it might not be true, but this is the way I see it. When you're thinking about something and then you get distracted by something else, you pick right up again off the last thought to continue on that same process. Until I'm able to
Depends how long
stop.
the inner distraction was.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes I can get pulled away from something, and if that has pulled me away hard enough, it takes actually stopping to do that, rethink about what I was doing before. Sometimes I can't just snap back into shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm trying to say that when I'm thinking about one thing and then something distracts me and I'm constantly going back and forward between a few thoughts.
Yeah, if you're going back and forth between things, it's a lot easier,
It's like they're just getting paused and then played from the same thought.
Yep.
But then when I'm able to stop thinking about everything and then restart one at a time everything I'm trying to think about, there's a brand new approach to it.
Yeah, brand new approach,
I fucking love meditation. It's an amazing thing, bro.
Allows you to see something through a different lens.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing thing.
Especially when you're dealing with something, you know, you're holding a lot of, contempt or angst or, fucking just anger for people. Take a minute, man. Take a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Just walk into their shoes, walk into someone else's shoes, but your own.
Yeah.
Okay? Just get a different perspective and just breath work, meditation, yoga, any of that's good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just helps. It's just relaxing.
Yeah.
You just need to fucking relax, bro. That's what you need to do, Cassie.
Yeah, so to chill out.
Know what I mean, Habib?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
When all your injuries are well and done and healed, do you think you'll go back into the construction industry? Because you've pretty much been working in that as long as I've known you.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Let me mute that. I've been thinking about what my options are. 50-50. So, yeah, I'd love to get back into the construction industry. Gonna take it a lot fucking easier than I did before. Set way too many expectations for myself because everyone else fucking did.
Yeah.
And, it's just reaching them doesn't seem as important to me anymore because at the end of the day, they weren't purely my goals.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, I can go back into the construction industry. If I do that, I'm just going to be doing something I purely enjoy, labouring, but whether it be for a builder or I've been thinking about getting into concreting or scaffolding. And then there's the other 50%. I want to study at uni. I want to do a degree at uni potentially, do political studies or something revolving, modern history, anything like that. Because drop out of school, didn't really feel like I did enough academically. I'm over 21 now, so I can actually go to uni. I found out, my partner told me, so
Nice.
yeah, that's another option, you know. I'm not limited to stuff I can do after my hand's done,
Yeah.
all said and done.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
political studies, what kind of avenues can you go down in
Nothing, bro. In
job-wise?
terms of studying, it would be purely for my enjoyment.
Okay.
I don't intend to study anything for a career.
Yeah.
Just I never got to study anything in school that I wanted. You know, I get to pick my curriculum. You know, I get to pick my degree.
Yeah.
You know, I get to see the units, see the coursework. If I don't like it, I won't fucking sign up.
It's sick.
Yeah, because I want to.
That's sick.
There's no point in stopping learning. And when you turn 18, you finish school. You're allowed to keep fucking learning.
Yeah.
You know, you just
mindset,
you just fucking dig down and do it.
That's a good mindset.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
well, no,
mindset,
it's something
yeah.
my parents always instilled in me. You know, just don't stop learning, no matter what it is. You know, I've got plenty of fucking tickets. I got plenty of fucking shit I know now. Dabbled in a lot in the construction industry and even outside of the construction industry now. My
Yeah.
fucking resume is looking stacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of enjoyment, construction's where my heart is probably. Yeah, I love fucking doing shit,
Yeah.
building shit. Even if it's
You're a
simple.
handsy person.
Yeah,
for
I'm a
sure.
handy person. I'm quick. I'm big. You know, I can get shit done quickly. Yeah.
I noticed that you're also pretty good at like garden-based stuff as well. Do you ever get
Yeah.
into like landscaping or
Nope.
council work like that?
Nope.
Not a
No.
fan.
One, because I fucking hate the council. I'd never work for the council, no matter how well they pay me. I could never sit on a job.
But what if you
That's
found
what-
a nice suburb that you enjoyed? You would enjoy.
Oh,
working
so
for?
if I was ever going to do landscaping, it would only really be as a side cashy business. That, and I'd pick on jobs that I want to do purely, you know, and do my own design process. But as well as work with the clientele on the design process. But in terms of going and working for a landscaper, doing my landscaping trade, all of that bullshit, because I did my plumbing apprenticeship. I'm not doing another fucker apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Nah. I've done enough landscaping jobs now where I've received enough credibility, enough fucking, you know, this cunt is good that I'll just have it like as a side business one day. I still do. You know, people ask me for landscaping quotes. I'll go out and quote it. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. If I want to do it, I'll do it.
Or you just add an extra couple K on.
Yeah, just add a couple zeros, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Depends how well I know them.
Yeah.
Depends how
Yeah.
friendly you were.
So you're saying you're not a big fan of the council? Is
No.
there any particular? Is that all councils or just like a
oh,
statewide council or local
Yeah, probably
council?
just statewide councils from what I've seen. No, it's not that I hate council. It's more so just the trade. The trade works required from council, how they approach it, and how it's delegated.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need fucking 5 cunts to fill one pothole.
Yeah, yeah.
Hillshire. You know, you want someone to fill your fucking potholes? Pay me $50 a pothole. I'll fill your fucking potholes. Don't pay these donkeys $80 an hour.
Yeah.
Just sit around on their phones, pulling their dicks.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
It's a bunch of limp biscuits, bro.
Bro, you might think this is surprising, but I can see you one day, especially going and studying something like political. Was it studies or political history? What'd you say? it
Political
was?
studies or history. You
Okay.
know, so not so much ancient history, more so, you know, I'm really into anything post 1900, how the world has basically collapsed.
Yeah. Yeah.
How current states of mankind have really fucked with the human race and how this planet's going to shit. On a political sense and on a human sense, like
To understand why the decisions were made.
I don't need to understand why decisions were made. I just want to know how I could help to prevent in the future.
Oh, you know what? That's fucking bringing me to my next point because I've always thought that when you get older, you will work on a council or in some kind of political aspect where you can.
Would I
put
run
your
for
decision out
local?
there.
Would I run for a local political position when I'm older? Probably not. Just because I know of the corruption that goes
Well,
with.
just because you're yeah, that's a different story because that's
Unless
the,
I
that's the
ran,
head
but
figure.
when you run
But you
private,
can still be in the council.
when you run independently. Oh, so you're talking about
I'm
just
talking about being in the
working?
council and make decisions for the community.
No, because it's all influenced. You don't get. At the end of the day, lots of the people higher up aren't making their own decisions.
I disagree, bro. I have to disagree. My grandfather, he's in the council in Albury, but he's under the part of the council where he looks after everything that was
Albury?
in the army. Because he served in the military, so he makes the
I
decisions.
can't speak
about
on
the
Albury. Sorry,
memorials.
I only really know about Sydney councils.
Yeah, okay, you might be right, because I don't
yeah.
know much about city councils. I just
Yeah.
learned about what my grandfather
Yeah,
doing.
I wouldn't doubt that Albury's alright. You know.
It's a new estate. It's a nice place
Yeah.
to live. I'm thinking about moving to Albury one day.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
So you say, is there new development out there? but
it's building constantly.
yeah,
Constantly
there's constant.
upgrading.
Yeah, that's good. But are they doing infrastructure works as well? Because that's a problem. All of the urban sprawl happening in this state now. This fucking government is forgetting about the infrastructure upgrades and the amount of people that can't send their kids to a school or because there isn't enough, or can't go to grocery shopping within 10-minute drive because there isn't enough, or can't get anywhere because they don't have a car because you can't afford a car in this country and they didn't provide a fucking bus or a train for you, you know? The urban sprawl happening in this place, fucked.
Jackson,
they need to provide the infrastructure
me.
for it.
It's this exact passion for your points that makes me understand that you would actually make
It's
a great
not
member.
passion. It's honestly anger.
But anger comes from passion.
It does. But
And
it's
your opinion is necessary, bro. And I think you'll be able to make some decent changes.
It's necessary, but it's minuscule. At the end of the day, like lots of people in a lot more financially better, educationally better, have tried to do something and they've gone to prison for it.
Look, I don't want to argue with you. I just disagree with you because, like, especially if you're going to start studying something like that.
I'm a self-doubter. But
yeah.
I wouldn't purely study for a career gain or a financial gain. It's just purely for genuine interest.
That's what would make you so fucking good at it. As you get older.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That's what would make you so good at
Yeah.
it. Because you're not going into it to make money for it. You actually are interested in what has gone wrong. And you can
I feel
see...
like everyone should be interested in it, but because like it involves everyone.
I'm interested in it.
You are
Through
interested, but lots of people I talk to just call me the crazy tinfoil hat man.
Yeah, well, I'm
It's you,
interested
Mum.
because you're
It's you, Mum.
interested. It's you, Mum. Yeah. I'd love to fucking talk to you more about that, bro. We'll go into it more and more and more, but
100%, man.
I fucking love that you're interested in that. It's something that most of us don't think about. Most people are just complaining.
It means a lot to me because, like, you know, like lots of stuff was hidden from us, and it shouldn't have been, and it's it should change. It's simple as that. There should be change. It's changing a bit, but you know, it takes time. You know, time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
We'll get there, New South Wales.
With the right people, making
With the right
decisions,
people,
it's
making
not
the
too
right
late.
decisions with consistency.
But if we follow this same pattern, it's still going to get worse.
We're not going to follow the same pattern. There's a big yo-yo problem in New South Wales. In terms of economic growth or, you know, how we're doing as a state, like in all aspects. We lack and then we progress and then we fall behind and then we shoot ahead and then we get stagnant and, you know, it's consistently inconsistent.
It's the only consistency, isn't it? Inconsistency.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, bro. I want to learn more about it. I hope you do start studying it because
well,
I'll learn through you as well.
Yeah, in the next month or so, I'm going to fine tune my options, figure out what I'm going to do.
That's awesome.
Not set in stone, but like for ASAP, whether I do it now or within 5 years, it's not off the cards if I don't do it now. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'd probably like to get back into construction more than that. But at the same time, if I could do it simultaneously, I'd love that. But what fucking company's going to let me work 20 hours a week part-time as a labourer? You fucking rock up, you do your 60 hours a week. You want to be a labourer, you're here 60 hours a week.
It would be your best option.
Yeah.
So I hope you find it.
No, we'll see my options.
I know that
Work it
recently
all
you've
out.
been dipping into something else interesting. That's that you're trying to learn a bit of a new language.
A little bit, but I don't want to expose myself on my lack of fucking.
I'm not gonna quiz
I'm trying to learn Hindi for my missus family. Yeah, just so just the past couple of years, I feel like I've lagged behind in conversation a bit. I just don't want to struggle anymore. There was a very dire situation that happened not too long ago, and I haven't started doing the course because of that. It's not a course. I'm just learning Hindi online. You can do it for free. Anyone can learn any language online for free. But if I had known Hindi in those moments, could have saved me a lot of trauma. I'll say that. That's all I'll say on that. But in terms of helping this as well, you know, their mother tongue is, you know, Indian, Hindi, Gujarati. I'm not going to learn Gujarati because I'll just learn Hindi.
And is Gujarati like what Hindi comes from?
No, Gujarati is what they speak. So they're from Hyderabad, and where they were from, they spoke Gujarati. But I think 80% of India speaks Hindi.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more beneficial for me to speak Hindi.
So like
because I've already kind of learned I've already kind of learned to tell how when Indians are talking shit about me, which I appreciate a lot now because I can turn around and say, what cunt? But, you know, just learning the language, how it's confusing. It's very confusing. But more so, I started because her grandmother, her nanny, is coming over at the end of this year, start of next year, and I just love to be able to talk to her because I don't think she speaks much English.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. So back to Hindi and is it Gujarati?
Gujarati, yeah.
So are they similar languages?
Similar, yeah, very similar.
Different?
Very similar.
Does Gujarati come from Hindi or Hindi come from Gujarati?
I think Gujarati comes from Hindi because everyone that speaks Gujarati will understand Hindi, but not everyone that speaks Hindi will understand Gujarati, if that makes sense.
Well, I was wondering,
don't quote me on that. I don't know that fully, but from what I've picked up, because when I was asking my missus what's better for me to learn, Gujarati or Hindi, because I was looking at courses, it's a lot harder to find a free Gujarati course because it's not as commonly spoken.
Yeah.
It's not India's mother tongue. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that'd be sick, bro.
Yeah, so hopefully
have
6
you
months or
tried,
so.
have you started a little bit learning?
Yeah, no, so what I've been learning consonants and vowels and how to write, how to read, how to sound them out. Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Have you noticed any relation at all from English to
in terms of sounds, yeah, but in terms of writing, oh my fucking god, it's difficult to remember because it's like almost like hieroglyphics to a fucking dumb white cunt like me, dumb Gora. You know, it's like fucking, it's just hieroglyphics almost. I'm looking at it and I'm trying, you know, they got a lot of, it's like kindergarten work, bro. Honestly, it's like matching, you know, the Hindi consonants to the English consonants, matching the Hindi phrases to the English phrases, you know, they sound out a Hindi phrase. What is it? You know, or just basic stuff.
Yeah, that's how you have to learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you start, but it's not easy. It's not an easy language to learn.
I dipped into a little bit of trying to learn another language. I was trying to teach myself Spanish, and bro, that's why the internet is so good. It's all free.
Beautiful language.
It's all free. I love Spanish, bro, but I liked it as well because I can kind of tell where we get some words from, and how they get some words because they're actually very similar. You know what I mean?
Well, as in they're all derived from some Latin words?
Yeah, they're all from the same origin.
Nice.
Which is cool. Which is what I was wondering if Hindi had any origins as well.
Well, that's the thing. Hindi obviously has its origins. Not that I know when it started, where it was influenced from.
But did the origins come towards our language and Hindi, or are they both from separate origins? That's what I'm trying to distinguish.
I think it would be separate origins because, like, from what I know, the first time India had contact with the white man was when the stuff with England happened. You know,
I think that was like what was that 1700 or was that earlier?
No, it wasn't 1700s.
No, that's when that's what I'm thinking of the war with between India and Pakistan. With the
the war that's still going on today, bro. Grenades are still getting chucked across the border to this day.
Yeah,
but
I mean when it started.
That got started.
I was thinking when that started.
Dude, can I look that up quickly because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I think it was about 100 years ago. But
I feel like I might be wrong as well, but I feel like in the 1700s is when Britain came and split the border between India and Pakistan.
Yeah, I'll just figure that out now. India.
You left hand doing all right there?
Yeah, it's fine, bro. Typing's fine. Nah, you're right. 1608.
Yeah.
British landed in India.
Yeah, and then 100 years later they split it, which divided the border. Pakistan from India.
Yeah. And probably from that day they've been having issues because you know that's kind of from what I've heard. You know, the Chinese whispers in the streets. It's not polite. It's not polite on the border. I'll say that. Yeah,
there's a bit of dispute.
There's obvious tension. I think it was only just last year they were sending missiles across the border.
I didn't know that.
Bad, yeah.
Wow.
Like it's not calm and peaceful at the Indian-Pakistani border.
Yeah. I know that if you call someone from India Pakistani or the other way around, they're very, very offended.
It's very bad. It's very bad to do that. Yeah, people take it like middle-aged men will take it personally.
Maybe our generation wouldn't really care.
Not so our generation, but potentially people that you know like were affected by it directly in India because that's not the direct cause of you know the multiculturalism here or just the dominant presence of Indians and Pakistanis in the hills, which I love. It's great. I love the food, but it wasn't directly caused by that. But can't say it didn't influence it because it was a hostile environment. It was a hostile time, you know.
Yeah.
refuge. You have to seek refuge.
100%. Because I know that what happened was the
And it's just a fucking shame how this government deals with fucking refugees.
yeah, well, that's a different.
That's a different story. That's a
deep
different story.
conversation,
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
But I know that because to me that's a pretty interesting war, and it's not a recent war. It's a bit of old, but it's still going
It's
on.
ongoing. That's the thing. Yeah,
And I know that the British landed for 100 years. They were in there, and they were trying to. I don't want to say this wrong, but they were kind of like giving them their culture. You know, kind of forcing it on.
They were trying to, cultural appropriation.
Yeah, and then they weren't happy with that, so they basically said, right, we're leaving.
Yeah.
We have 30 days, and after those 30 days, all the people who believe in Allah, who are Islamic, then you have to go down to, or Muslim in general, to go down to the bottom.
Yep.
And the rest of the views who are Christian or Hinduism stay at the top.
I was watching a video the other day. Lots of Muslims are being killed in India right now just for selling or owning pigs. Not for owning pigs, sorry, for owning cows. Yeah, because Muslims are still allowed to eat beef.
Worship different animals.
My partner is Muslim, and we eat beef. We don't eat pork, but we eat beef, and it's horrible because in India, in a dozen odd cities, Hindi men are grouping up, going to Muslim farms, or just finding anyone that owns a cow, because cows are sacred. Cows in Hindi were the ancient god, Like, I can't remember.
Traditional.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. And so they're ganging up and they're just brutally bashing these Muslim cow farmers in the streets and killing them. It's been like 40 deaths now. It's fucking disgusting.
I just realised that's crazy war as well. I know they have different beliefs.
Well, that's a civil war.
One believes in not eating cow, one believes not eating pigs. So across that border, they're doing the opposite.
It's not across the board. This is internally to India.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this is the Indian Hindis going out and bashing the Indian Muslims.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What a crazy part of the world
really
to live
bad.
in.
Absolutely
Especially when it
insane.
comes down to just
I can't wait to visit. My missus and I are planning to go to India
That'll be
soon.
cool.
Yeah, it'll be sick.
That'll
It'll be really
cool.
good.
Yeah, we're talking about fucking language. That's how we got to that. But I'm very interested in where languages come from, and I often think about the origin. Another thing I think about is the accent that people have.
Could be a thesis.
That, like, I can't see, and I've thought about it a lot, how where you could live could affect the sound that comes out. But I feel like it's from whatever the first people that started to communicate with each other, they were speaking with that part of their mouth. You know what I mean? And
it took a long time for talking to form. Like humans for tens of thousands. I can't remember when we have there were 15 species of humans before the Homo sapiens. So I can't remember exactly when we started to talk, but it took a long time to get from pointing and looking to to sounds to formulating sentences to be constructive.
Yeah.
And
I find that so interesting.
Move, rock.
Yeah.
Make food, make sandwich.
Hungry.
Make sandwich.
Horny.
Need fuck.
Yeah. I find that the most interesting thing. And you mentioned that we have fucking over... How much species did you say of him before?
I think there's between 10 and 15 total species of human post monkey era.
Yeah.
So post chimpanzee era, it took about 10 to 15 goes at evolving before we became efficient enough. That's how I look at it. Like, there's no point upgrading us from here. If you're going to upgrade us, you may as well just start shoving robots in us or something. Like the human body, unless it can regenerate cells faster, but I mean, we already regenerate cells, but I severed fucking 4 tendons and it's like already getting better.
That's where evolution's coming in now.
Yeah, exactly. But like, the next step is to introduce like a electronic version of that. Your cell network and your immune system is all naturally functioning, but it would be nice to just edit it, dial shit up. It's a little cold today. Turn up your immune system.
Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. That's gonna happen.
It's happening, but they're not telling us.
Yeah. Well, I reckon in the next 25 years, bro.
Or maybe it's already in us.
Maybe that was that. You know what you're trying to say?
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I don't want to bring it up.
This shit'll get banned.
I don't want to bring it up. I recently learned that the oldest human skeleton ever found, there was a Homo type of, what do you call, like, the Homo eras of humans? Homo sapien. Not Homo sapien, because that's us now.
Yeah,
but Pre-Homo sapien.
Homogeneous, I
I think that's what it is. The oldest skeleton they found is 180,000 years old.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because the post-chimp male or fucking Homo was, I think, 250 to 300,000 years ago, or 200 to 250,000 years ago. So yeah,
crazy.
That's
a long time ago. To be
did that brother have a long skull? Did that brother have a long one? Yeah. He would have been a hairy motherfucker.
Yeah, which is surprising because you think that we'd have bigger skulls now than we did back then.
No, well, the human brain has just been shrinking due to, for what we've been.
Maybe we're just able to process information quicker. Maybe that's why the brain's able to shrink over time.
No, I think just genetically our brains are dying.
Yeah, but we're way more intelligent now than we were back then.
Yeah, we're way more intelligent, but it's like you could think of it like a 90s style floppy disk. They could only store 256 megabytes, but now we've got little USB that can store a terabyte.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of processing more efficiently. Yeah.
You're just able to just quickly
They used to have these
together.
long brains and it just used to buffer. You needed a thought from the back. 2 minutes, bro. Gotta load.
It's just that little thinking thing going on.
It's a little Windows thing bouncing around the corner of your brain. It's funny.
That's sick. Well, I hope you keep learning into this Hinduism, bro. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, consistency is the key, bro. That's what the fucking app keeps telling me.
And
anyone that's interested, Duolingo. It's a free app.
You motivated me to get back into learning Spanish because that was a good
do it, bro. Yeah, well, if you're not bilingual, you're not fucking getting anywhere in life. I'd really recommend anyone to learn, like, Cantonese or Mandarin, because in the next 10 years half of the world's going to be speaking Cantonese and Mandarin. It's just going to be efficient for you. It's not a rap. It's not a racist thing. It's more of a beneficiary thing. After Hindi, I'm going to be learning Mandarin because it's just going to work out better.
That was in the top 5 choices for languages when they were deciding to having a world-based language. Cantonese was one of the most popular ones.
Well, everywhere else around the world, English mother tongue countries are now introducing from a kindy level English. When my partner was in India, and she was a youth, fucking 5 years old, they were teaching English as well as the Hindi basics. Like, she knew how to process English better in her head at 5 than Hindi.
Well, that's because English is actually the world-nominated language.
Yeah, that's why.
When I was in Bali recently, I was on a whitewater rafting boat, and fun. I was like the only 2 people that were English speaking on that boat. We had one person from India, one person from China, one person from Germany, and one person from, I want to say, like, Argentina or somewhere like that. And then our tour rafter was a Balinese man. Everyone didn't know each other, and they were speaking to each other in English. And I was like, I felt so lucky.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, what a language that we speak.
Yeah, pretty privileged to be able to have this as our mother tongue, I guess. Yeah, it's not an easy language to learn. That's the thing. It's actually,
I might be wrong, but I think it's one of the hardest. I think it's in the top 3 hardest languages.
I think Russia, English, and I can't remember the other one.
I don't know what the other ones are, but I know English is one of the hardest languages.
Croatian? Nah, I can't remember.
I don't know.
But yeah, difficult fucking language to learn.
No one's going to be able to prove it.
No one's going to.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's the hardest language because there's no constant rules, even the ones like I before E except after C. That can actually
as soon as you learn the English language, you then have to learn every adaptation of the English language, i.e. slang.
Yeah. Slang's the
like,
best
I have a Serbian mate who recently moved back to Serbia, and I would say some shit. I've born and bred fucking true blue. I'm bogan as fuck.
Yeah.
I'd say some shit, and he'd just stop in his tracks like, "What the fuck did you just say, cunt? What?" Yeah. I'm like, bro, you don't get it?
Well, every country has their slang. If you're from Greece, and you learn Greek in Australia, you understand what they're talking about over there. Same with Italian. If you go over to Italia,
there's multiple different types of speaking Italian. Like,
and that's because every country actually has their own slang.
There's a region.
Which is pretty cool.
It's all regional.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like, we may be bogan, but we're not the same bogan that boys out in the country would be speaking, Like,
I don't even understand
real country. That's real country,
Yeah, sometimes they speak, man. I
actually don't fucking Broken Hill or something.
Yeah.
Can't understand a word at the servo, bro.
Yeah, I agree. You got another hobby that I didn't get to speak to you much about it lately, but I want to.
Oh, honestly, I hate talking about it because it's fucking this is like shitting me off that I can't do it, bro. I can't wait to get back into fishing.
Yeah.
Fucking miss it, man. I really enjoyed it. I picked up fishing late last year. Oh, like halfway through last year, and just fell in love, bro.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about
it's like
it?
my new haul. The serenity, the clarity you get from it, the feelings of success when you've caught something, the self-gratitude you get from tying a hectic rig. Like, holy fuck, I just did that. Like, I prefer doing that than doing a hectic building cashier or plumbing cashier and standing back and looking, wow, that job was nice. I prefer to have a fucking hectic fishing setup, a hectic fishing rig setup. You know, all your knots tied perfectly, everything done to the T, and you go out and catch a fish with it. You take it home, you cook it,
and you eat it, bro.
You don't even have to take it home. You know, when my hand's better, I'm gonna buy all portable cooking gear and just start having hectic catch and cook feeds when I go out, man. Not Sydney, you can't fucking eat most of the fish you catch in Sydney, but you know, like anywhere out of Sydney, north, south, it would just make the experience that much more, not thrilling, but enjoyable. Like there's the fishing aspect, but then, you know, the just being able to cook where you fished, fuck, it blows my brain, bro.
It's a very ancestral feeling.
Yeah, because I've never done it. Brother, you want to get ancestral with me? Get out the liver subs. Shout out the liver subs.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I hear that word.
Yeah,
no,
it is ancestral. It does bring you back to your former roots. I think humans should actively, to this day, do everything humans did 200,000 years ago. You know, it's what made them so fucking tough.
Yeah.
You know, we're
it's self-sustainable.
Most of the manly things have been bred out of humans over the past couple hundred years. So you've got to now go out of your way to live that not ancestral lifestyle, but things that bring you back to your roots, because it's very, very fulfilling. It's one, and I think why it's so fulfilling is it's one of the hobbies that actually feels like you're doing something for yourself. It's not just time fodder. It's not a waste of time, you know. Gym, yeah, good hobby, but at the end of the day, you know, you just pump an iron.
Yeah.
You know, fucking other little hobbies. I've never really had too many set hobbies like fishing was. Like, fishing was something I fell in love with and just fucking was going 3-4 times a week after work. You know,
it's also something that you can spend a lot of time, not just being out and trying to catch fish, but
I spend more time. No, I spend more time at home preparing than I did. I'd spend, you know, fucking 15 to 20 hours a week pre-tying rigs.
And that's something you can do while you're doing other things as well. Netflix, YouTube, research.
Yeah, not really. It takes a lot of concentration.
Okay.
I got fucking mangly fingers, bro. So trying to get these knots perfect, it takes a bit of concentration. But in saying that, there's also the location learning, you know, asking around. There's, you know, fucking finding different depth points you could fish at.
Also, where to catch certain fish.
Bait research, what types of fish you're gonna. Yeah, well, that's a whole nother thing. What kind of fish are you fishing for?
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go out with your bream set up and expect to catch a snapper or something like that. It also depends on where you are. You know, how far you're willing to go, what kind of fishing you're doing. So before I fucked my hand, I got into like fucking, not dangerous rock fishing, but you know, semi-extreme proper off the rock fishing. You know, fucking ball in hand, you know, half seeing God at some points of the night. I like that shit. It's a thrill. But in saying that, I also want to get a tinny within the next 2 to 3 years. You know, like a decent tinny, and fucking just go out every day. Just go out every day, bro. Yeah, it's so good for you.
Do you see yourself having a long-term hobby, fishing?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
Most blokes fish when they're like...
Then they get older.
Yeah, getting older. Because I can now see why. My family never really took me fishing when I was younger. And then, yeah, so I went fishing once when I was younger, 10. Then our mate Pat took me out a couple years back. And then, yeah, I thought about that day for about a year and then bought a fishing rod. And ever since then, man, I could never turn back. My first fishing rod was what was it? It was a little shitty $40 Remington, I think. Or Carrington. I can't even remember Remington. Yeah, it was a shit box, bro. That cunt would get tangled every second cast. But I still loved it. You know, you just slowly buy better things. Slowly get better. It's a good hobby.
Yeah.
Recommend anyone to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking no matter what age you are, bro. Start when you're 5.
Yeah.
I was fucking little boys fishing all the time.
Yeah.
Catching decent
lucky.
fish.
My old man's not pro fisherman.
No,
but
your old
he
man's
could
got
be.
he's a good
He could
fish.
be a
He's
pro fisherman.
a good fisherman.
Yeah,
He
so
knows
he
his
took me up from a
shit.
young
He's
age.
got a good boat as well.
Yeah, he does.
Lucky
When your
fucker.
hand's all done, I know I've been saying it for a while, but I do.
Yeah,
really wanna
we gotta
take
go
you I
out.
do
We
really
gotta
wanna
go
take
out,
you
definitely.
It's just it hasn't just worked out. That's the only reason
It's
it
all
hasn't
good.
happened.
No,
yet.
it's all good, bro. Don't stress. We'll get
So
there.
how about as soon as you're able to get proper mobility in that hand, that's the first thing that we do.
Trust,
together.
bro. As soon as I can grip properly with these 3 fingers and
Yeah.
get a good pullback going, I'm out there again.
Yeah. I want to play this game with you.
Ah, fuck
I think
yeah.
I played it with you before, haven't I?
What the Would
you
you
rather?
rather? Yeah, yep.
Great
Let's
game,
go.
bro.
Good questions.
I've had some good ones lately. I've also had some really shit
Blue
ones.
pill, red pill time.
So I'll try and avoid the shit ones as much as I can.
Let's go, Morpheus.
All right. Would you rather earn $5 million salary a year, but you can't travel outside of your country ever again, or keep your current pay?
Keep my current pay.
Good.
Got external families.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just fucking stay here for the money, bro.
Yeah, because you got your family living in England as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
you
you've
can't
got
just fucking- Because just
okay,
yeah. The in-laws and whatnot in India. So, and a majority of them aren't coming back to Australia. Like a lot of our family has done the Australia trip, so they just say, yeah, fuck it, we'll just stay there. So we now go out
Your
and see
family.
our family. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
it's not their fault. We live in a fucking isolated island.
40% of people would also choose the same thing.
Yep,
So most people would rather stay here in
Beautiful.
in our own country.
beautiful.
What would be worse for you, losing your wallet or losing your phone?
Well, I've done both, probably over 10 times. What's worse, my phone, it costs more. I don't keep shit in my wallet.
Yeah, true.
Fucking, bro.
I'm not responsible enough for a wallet.
I hope
don't
my
own a
dad
wallet.
doesn't hear this and say, he'll be like, fucking 10 wallets, 10 phones, fucking more like 20. Fuck. You amount of fucking shit that cunt used to lose.
I gave up on a wallet, bro. I reckon 5 years ago. Eh?
Yeah, I only keep wallet for card purposes at home. So, like,
Yeah, I have
so, like, if I need a card, I know all my cards are in my wallet at home.
Yeah, I have a little storage thing for all my cards in the truck.
In saying that, I've probably got to go home and locate my wallet because off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you where it is. My phone's here, but
Yeah.
I don't bring my wallet out because I just fucking lose it.
So 48% of people would only rather lose their phone.
thought
So
that would be
more
even.
people would choose losing their wallet.
Yeah.
Wow, I really thought that it'd be about 80% of people would rather lose their phone.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone
other way
would
around.
want to lose like a 2K phone against like a couple $100 wallet.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's weird, eh?
Dumb cunts.
Oh, I think I know the answer you're going to say, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would you rather own your own boat or own your own plane?
Oh, do I get to choose what kind of boat it is?
Let's say as good of either as it could possibly be.
As good of either as it could possibly. So I could full on realistically get $100
Private
million private jet.
Or a fucking let's not say a proper private jet, like a luxury private jet, but let's not
Sorry,
say
can you
a
repeat
super
the
yacht.
question? I'm about to fucking
Would you rather have your own boat?
yeah.
Let's just say you have a $400,000 spending limit. Boat or plane?
Getting in a water plane. I can just fucking land that bitch and fish right off the back. Doesn't even have to be 400 grand. Maybe sink 100 grand in that bitch second hand. Fuck. Who needs a boat? Who needs a fucking
Oh,
boat?
that's broken now.
We broke the Matrix, Morpheus.
75% of people would rather have their own plane. I wish we
Yeah,
could
fair
look-
enough. That's a simple. Like people would only choose their own boat if they loved fishing or loved the water. Like
Yeah.
lots of people get seasick.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather live a long, boring life or live a short, fun life?
Got a fun life. That's what I'm doing. Yeah,
That's your goal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking live till I'm 60.
72% of people will choose the same thing. You wouldn't want to live to 60?
Nah, fuck no. I'll be old and decrepit.
Dude, there's this quote from How I Met Your Mother. Ted Mosby says this perfectly. Life is like a delicious meal, and old age is the dessert. You've already done all the hard work, and now you get to sit back and relax and see what you've done.
I won't get to sit back and relax. I'm already this injury riddled. I can't imagine what
You're
life's
learning
gonna
from
be
your
like.
mistakes. Like you're not
Oh,
going to
yeah, I am learning from my mistakes, but it doesn't mean that they didn't happen.
But technology as well is catching up way faster
Bro,
than we're
we were
holding.
talking about it. I was going to get into the fact that I'm not letting I was very against people putting a vaccine in me. So if anyone fucking thinks they're shoving anything electronic in me, they're dead. I'm killing them.
All right. What would be better for you to eat 50 chicken nuggets or eat 6 Big Macs?
6 Big Macs. Fuck, that's easy.
Yeah,
Chicken
and
nuggets are
that's
too
just for a
repetitive,
choice,
bro.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an average Sunday night for me. Oh shit, look at that. It's Sunday.
All right.
Fuck that.
Would you rather have free Wi-Fi wherever you go or get a free coffee whenever you want?
Free coffee whenever I want.
100%.
I'm a little slut for a cappuccino, one sugar.
80% of people would rather have Wi-Fi.
No way. That's what's wrong with this generation. They don't even fucking drink coffee.
Wow.
They just sit on their phone and scroll through
Did
TikTok.
not expect that. Maybe it's cost efficient wise, maybe. But I don't know.
So, bro, the amount I spend on coffee will be fucking cost efficient.
Better app for you, I don't know the answer, Twitter or Instagram?
I don't use Twitter. Never
Yeah.
downloaded Twitter.
I don't think it's an Australian thing.
Nah, it's not really. Oh, I think it's just a famous person thing. It's a very egotistical app, you know?
Yeah.
You've got 150 letters to write whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to upload a photo. You don't have to upload a video. You just have to share your opinion.
Yeah.
And
But some people on Twitter, I know they have like over 100 million followers.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
So there's a lot of people on it.
oh, yeah, no doubt. It's like in the top 5 most used apps, I think. It's like fucking abused. But in terms of what I was saying, I don't agree with anything that's just like purely egotistical. Like Twitter is just a place for people to voice their opinion. I don't give a fuck about people's opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So like, why the fuck would I ever download Twitter? And I know people don't give a fuck about my opinion.
All right. Good question.
This is the first time in 22 years I've shared my opinion because someone's given a fuck.
Well, I do, bro,
Yeah.
because I want to hear your opinion.
Of course, bro.
I really appreciate knowing you, so I'm glad to be able to share this experience as well.
Thanks, bro.
80% of people choose Instagram.
Yeah.
We've got a couple more. Have a job you love and make no money, or have a job that you hate and make a
Have
load
a
of
job
money.
you love and make no money.
Yeah, good.
100%. Because you can always work outside of
You
hours
love
and
what
make
you
money.
do, you never work a
Yeah,
day
you
in
never
your
work a
life.
day in your life. Exactly right.
Very true. 75% of people would rather hate what they do and take that back.
Yeah, because 75% of people are probably young cunts that have never even entered the workforce.
Yeah. They just haven't had enough experience
Yeah.
yet. And maybe they haven't found their passion and their hobby. Maybe that's what... Because a lot of people don't know what it is yet.
Maybe they're just fucking spoon-fed that much that they don't even know or can't conceptualize what hard work is and
Yeah.
think everything is just the same amount of work.
Yeah.
That's
That's probably a good...
I know a lot of young cunts that think exactly like that.
Probably a good point.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. You got a tissue or
This
something?
is a sick question. This is a sick question. Would you rather have your own theme song whenever you walk into a room, or have your own laugh track every time you did something funny?
Nah.
Like people like laughed. Like
Nah.
that's a hectic question,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a good one.
I reckon I know what I'd
How
choose.
long's the theme tune? Is it just like a quick blip of it?
As long as you want it, like a quick.
Why
like
have to bust out into
Nah, bro.
dance
You
and
just
song?
walk out. Your sunnies come off.
Shit,
Big
man.
hits, bro. That's it.
Shit.
And people can know you're coming because they can hear it, bro, from outside the
full
room.
Top Gun
They hear
style.
that.
Fuck. It's like a drone.
And then the door
There's a
opens.
little just boot down the door, bust in. Probably the theme tune.
I'll go theme song.
I
as
reckon
well.
hearing laughter after, because like, fucking, what would that be, like 4 or 5 laugh tracks a day maybe? I reckon that get a bit repetitive, but you had a sick theme tune. Nah,
I
I can walk
reckon I'd
into any
choose a
building
theme
with that.
song because not only would it be sick, but laughs should be like not force fed. You know what I mean? They
Nah,
should be,
yeah.
like from the heart.
Yeah, it would be like a fucking...
You
romp.
feel a little bit shit.
It would,
you know what I mean?
yeah, it would be
something
like
funny
a,
and
it
then
would
you
be
hear
like a
that fucking
sitcom.
Friends.
Yeah, you know what I
That's
mean?
what
You'd
I'm
just be
saying.
standing around waiting for your next line.
Yeah. It's about 50-50, but most people choose to have their own theme song. All right. Would you rather arrive everywhere 5 minutes late or always arrive 20 minutes
punctual
early?
as fuck. I do that anyway.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Good. I want to wrap this
Good
up
fun.
with one final question. I've really enjoyed sitting down with you. It's
Thanks,
been amazing to be able to share
It's
this.
been a good hour.
I always enjoy our conversations.
Have a good time
What I
with
want
you
to ask you is
always.
something I ask everyone, and that's what piece of advice would you give to someone who just feels a little bit lost?
What advice when I give someone that feels a little bit lost? If you feel lost due to not reaching expectations, change your expectations. You know, you don't have to be an overachiever. You just have to do shit that's making you happy. At the end of the day, if you're doing shit that makes you happy, or you're just doing good things, you're going to be happier, you're going to be more confident, you're going to find more joy out of life. If you're doing the opposite, you're going to get the opposite effect. It's not common sense.
I like that. It's a bit more of a change of perspective idea. Yeah.
Well, like, I just see too many people in our generation nowadays trying to overachieve, but too overzealous, doing too much just to make other people happier or other people richer. Just do shit for yourself, bro. Do shit for yourself. Do shit you enjoy. Do shit that makes you happy. You'll be fine.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I I only started thinking like that recently in the past year or so. You know, you gotta change your tune. If you're feeling like a lost soul, don't keep doing the same shit you're doing. There's a glitch in the matrix. Fix the fuck up. And it's usually a mental thing. You know, I thought at the time I thought it was a all exterior issue. Everything around me was causing the internal issues I had. It was all up here. It was all about how I was perceiving the external issues.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I love sitting down with you.
Yeah, thanks for it, bro.
As always.
Appreciate the opportunity.
We'll definitely do it again.
Yeah,
we'll have to wrap it up today. We're both in a bit of a schedule today. I know you're meant to be somewhere in the next half an hour.
Yeah,
so
we'll wrap it up. Gotta get off.
I've got to fix these camera problems for the future.
Yep.
Thank you for listening.
Appreciate it, man.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty going high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt.